Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. We're going to talk about the layoffs that WWE just did. And I know there's over 100 people that got laid off, and it kills me when companies do this, because as a person who has been laid off way too many times in his life, I know that feeling of like, what do I do next? I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know how I'm going to put food on the table, all that stuff. So it's very stressful. It's very uncool, and it sucks when people have to go through that. With that said, we're over here on the WWEshop.com website because one of the people that got let go / laid off is Dana Warrior, the late Ultimate Warrior's wife. So it had me thinking, before he passed, I wonder if he sold the rights to his name to WWE to use forever, as long as his wife obviously gets a cut or percentage of it, or if it's like via her, right? I hope they didn't take advantage of her after Warrior died, to get his name and his likeness and to do all this stuff with this merch, and like strong-armed her and they own it, or if she can take it with her to other promotions, like take the Warrior name and the likeness and the face paint over to AEW, or take the character itself and put it in other video games like Ultra Pro Wrestling, the Wrestling Code, and any other wrestling game that's in the works that we might not know about. I hope that she can use it in other games at least, and just to make money that way. I don't think that they'll take it away from WWE unless she's like bitter for getting laid off. I don't know all the details, none of us do. But I just wanted to go through the merch on the WWE shop to show off the Warrior stuff. I'm not like sponsored or anything. I just was curious to see if it was still on here, because sometimes when they lay off somebody, if it was contingent on her being there using the Ultimate Warrior likeness, maybe they would have taken it off. So anyway, just want to scroll through this real quick. I have this championship. It's pretty awesome. I actually got some new stuff since I've last been here. And I'm curious, keep an eye on this, because if this starts to disappear, the toys will disappear, and all the Ultimate Warrior stuff will be gone. I'm really hopeful that she gets some sort of royalties. I mean, I'm assuming she does, because I don't think Warrior, despite his craziness, he might have been a good businessman as far as this stuff is concerned. I mean, who knows? He was insane. He's one of my favorite wrestlers. In fact, I would argue he's my favorite wrestler of all time, not for his in-ring ability, but for his character work. He was such a polarizing character in wrestling. It's like he was watching. This is how I envision him coming up with that character. He was sitting there watching Hulk Hogan going nuts. He was sitting there watching Macho Man go nuts, and he's like, "Well, I'm going to go even more nuts, and that'll be my character." He took their characters and just went absolutely insane and came up with the Ultimate Warrior character, and it worked. It was awesome. He looked like something out of He-Man or Masters of the Universe, something out of a Saturday morning cartoon, and I just thought it was just so cool when I was a kid. I'm like, holy crap, look at that guy. He looks like a cartoon character. That's what was so awesome about the 80s. Every wrestler had this gimmick that it just worked so well, and it really helped get wrestling on the map, But this is some pretty cool stuff. I might actually buy some of this stuff. Anyway, I'll have some matches playing in the background now. So I'm curious if they do, in fact, don't get to keep it. WWE has to let go of the Ultimate Warrior name and all likeness, all that stuff, because with the new ownership, they might not care about the legends. I doubt the Warrior merch is selling that much, although they do have quite a bit of it on here. Who knows? Maybe they're going to start trimming the fat other than just layoffs. And these legends that they have likenesses and pay royalties to, they might cut that off too, when you think about it. I mean, that would mean Macho Man. That would mean a lot of the legends that are in the 2K series might get the axe. Because look at the DLC. Almost all of the DLC the last 2 games was NXT wrestlers, not legends. I mean, they had Harley Race, they had Eve, they had Wade Barrett, but I wouldn't say he's a legend yet. I mean, he's still pretty young, but I mean, he's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Just when you really think about it, it's just like, do they care about the legends that came before? Obviously, there's the Rock, Stone Cold, the guys that could still come in and do stuff. But what about the wrestlers that are like really old and can't even like stand anymore? Like Hulk Hogan can't wrestle anymore. Do they care about Hulk Hogan? I guess it's all dependent on the merch sales and all the stuff like that. But I was just curious, and I wanted to make this video to really make you think and maybe shine a light on the situation for another wrestling game to come pick up and get the Ultimate Warrior in their game. Like I said, Ultra Pro Wrestling, the Wrestling Code, I would love to see both games get the Ultimate Warrior, because I want to see a cartoony Warrior and I want to see a super authentic, realistic Warrior. I'm very curious what both games would do. Plus, Hal Haney is the artist on Ultra Pro Wrestling, so I'd love to see his version of Warrior. I just want to see both games succeed at what they're trying to do, because they're both going for things that are so awesome. The future of wrestling looks awesome to me. They're very bright. Anyway, I'll quit rambling. Thank you for watching. Sound off in the comments below. And keep all those poor people that lost their jobs today in your mind. Stay frosty.